news as well that I'll reveal to the YouTube on another day. And I don't know if I'll post this stream to YouTube or not, probably won't, but essentially I've been invited to Brands Hatch to do commentating. Or shadow commentating in August. So that'll be fun. So I've been invited by a guy called Scott. And he's, what was it? The Motorsport Vision Racing. So we've got the Mini Festival, the Festival Italia, and the Ford Power Life, all in August. And then in November, we got the Enduro KA50, or Enduro's KA 500. Now I could do shadow commentary. Obviously, I just need to figure out the transport, but apart from that, could be going to that event, so that'll be good. Okay, just seeing some Forza Motorsport today, I think, as per. Let me get chat up. I don't know if anyone's doing any events today, but if they are and they need a commentator for them, let me know. In terms of sim racing and then real life racing. Anything you need, I'll see what I can do commentating wise. All good. I think sugar. I can actually enter it now. The Brands Hatch event for LMP2. I don't know, I'm thinking that or the Virginia event, but actually I'm just gonna do the LMP2 event. No, I'm not. No. Not that one. I want to do Brands Hatch, thanks. Nothing against the Great Oak Circuit, but just not a fan of it. It just seems to be an understeer minefield in any car at the moment, so. Yeah, I'm just more of a fan of Brands Hatch, that's all. I think I will upload this as a YouTube video, or like a part of it. I think I'll upload this race as a YouTube video. I'll probably use this audio recorder. Actually, I can do it in the Joseph Singh show, couldn't I? Maybe. That's a shout, doing like a live version of the Joseph Singh show. I might do that. So yeah. See what I can do. Like, even if I don't attend this country event at Brands Hatch, the fact that I'm getting the invite is good, because then that'll help with networking, which is the main thing that I need to get at the moment. So
the 9-turn Brands Hatch layout is technical and lightning fast. It's critical for you to swing wide when exiting each turn to maximize your speed.
yep, I was meant to do the VRC Sebring race for IndyCar, the VindyCar series, VRL, but unfortunately slept through it, as the event was at 9 PM EST, but I'm in the UK, so that would be 2 AM my time. So yeah, I slept through it because sleep. That's pretty much the only reason why, to be honest, but all good, right? I'll just put a dark in it. No one's in yet, but it'll fill up later on, so I better be on wets. Yeah, I am on wets. 21 laps. I think I'll only do... I don't think I'll do that much fuel. I think I'll do... I might do like a bit more. I might overfuel a bit, but not a lot. Wrist hurts. Struggling to see, sounds realistic. Just can get some graphics up for your viewing pleasure. Let's do that one. Oh, it seems to be the most intriguing one from my own view. I haven't got chat up yet, but I'll get that in a minute. Push a little bit more this time. Sorry to the guy in thing. He would just have to mute my mic because I'm on stream. So I can't mute the mic on the lobby without muting the mic on the stream. So I'll tell that to yeah, I'll tell that to everyone else on the stream later on. Just had a massive spin. Yeah, I think. No, I'm not gonna do a tune because I don't really want to. I think we'll do about 10 laps. We'll do 12 laps of fuel and then stop and like fuel up. I don't know if we'll stop on lap 12 or not, but actually I'll do like 55% fuel because then I can just refill. And even if I don't refill fully, still just roll with that, I reckon. Given the fact that you can see steering on the side there, I'm just going to switch my camera to the dashboard one, because I think I'm able to see more. Actually, I'll switch back. That lasted a long time. For those who are unaware, yes, I am doing an Iron Brew livery. So orange on one side, blue on the other side. Decent livery, but I've committed many crimes in this livery, I must say. Either being crashed into or making silly moves that I'll have to apologise for in DMs. Don't go that wide. I'm on no assist as well at the moment, so I think I'll get more. I like knowing that I'm getting the full potential out of the car, and knowing that it's just kind of up to me to kind of handle it. I don't know why, I just kind of like that. It just feels a lot more immersive. Just braking straight there, kind of went on it there by accident. Oh. I mean, rain rain and darkness is the worst combination for any track, but this track particularly. You have to be so close to the grass normally. There isn't a lot of reference points, bar trees and the odd brake marker. Just knowing the limit of the car and the conditions at the track is at the moment. Going to Paddock Hill again. Paddock Hill Bend, the inaugural corner of this track. Down the hill. Couldn't abuse the curbs here in Forza Motorsport. Just losing the car there, coming through out Druids into that third turn. Into turn 4, nice hairpin. Leading onto the straight, going down the hill. It's this section which kind of, I mean, if it wasn't a racetrack, I could probably pass for a waterfall if the concrete was water. How steep that drop is. Around the Grand Prix loop. Very loose there. Into the top of the hill. Into the penultimate little corner. Very obtuse corner. And the same can be said for this corner. Very obtuse corner around the last of the corners here. And curve round to the start finish line. Complete the lap. Not really going for overall pace at the moment, more just going for reference points and kind of race pace. The track limits of this track on this game rather, it's like the end of the curbs, so the end of the red and white bits. Anything beyond that is illegal to be on, and isn't really worth being on, to be honest, because the track limits kind of, apart from maybe Paddock Hill on the exit, curbs here are very mean. You don't really want to abuse them too much, because otherwise they will tell you if they're not good with you doing anything. And anyway, they're so small as well, you can't really abuse them that much. Coming around. I love this section in AC in the dry and ACC. Forza Motorsport, not too bad. Grid Autosport, I haven't really done this track on there much, but I'm gonna have to if I'm doing shadow commentary there in the future. In real life. I think with like 10 minutes to go, actually no, maybe like 5 minutes to go actually, we could probably do quali. Till then we're just going to do this race run. Getting more confident now, but don't want to get too overconfident, because otherwise that'll be one big chance coming. They are never nice. In sim, let alone in real life. I had a thought today. Do you reckon there's like any chance of it, like in the Le Mans 24 hour, them having to change strategy for someone sleeping in? Don't know why. I just had that thought, like that would be mad, wouldn't it? Like like in F1 when they have like quote unquote Ferrari strategy moments, like, which are basically really bad strategy moments, when, oh god, the concentration levels make you speechless sometimes. Anyway, corner. See, around last corner. Tried the F120, tried the karting technique there, or the F124 technique. Didn't work out. That was probably not the line there, not at all. Lost off out there, locked up. On overcorrection. To anyone joining the game, I can't mute my mic due to being on stream, so apologies. I think you'll just have to mute me in game. Unless you want to hear my commentary, then obviously do what you will. Trying to lay apex there, but I think went too wide for that. Forgot the name of these individual corners. I know it's called the Grand Prix Loop. I think. I could be talking rubbish, but that's completely wrong. Right, let's get this off. Let's get the actual game graphics up. Oh, gone off and clipped the wall. Okay. It's that black bit on that wall that's like confusing me. I can't tell if that's a signpost or if that's an actual bit of tyre wall. Well, I think quality's not going to matter too much, as the start is normally chaos in these LMP2 lobbies. At least from Sebring yesterday. Was rather hectic. Made up about 5 places due to just not, like, just staying straight. And got eaten alive by a bunch of Daytona prototypes in the end of it. And I reckon that'll be the same here. Just without any concrete blocks sending me into massive oversteer moments. Bit of an invalidation there. No penalty due to the lack of pace through that corner, lack of speed through it. Probably can't do that too much without getting penalised in the race. I'm going to try and concentrate now, so I'm just going to go mute on you lot for a second. And I'll seize on the other side of this lap. Half a second down. So close yet so far. Anyway. I reckon it'll be time for Corley then. Right, I'll email Scott Putnell back later on. I can do a little bit of overfueling just for some artificial ballast on the Kia. I should let the cutscene roll out really, so that I can show you my car. I'll do that in practice after this session, if I have time. In the session. If in doubt, flat out. Nope. Never mind.
2 left.
We're right behind one of the Into Europe podcasts.
Race starts in 5 minutes.
Really exceeded track limits there. Straight on to the last lap in qualifying. And wide at the third corner. And we're round. Just not going to pause yet because my car will pull in front of these guys. And that'll be even more distracting than just staying put. So, that was a decent session. I don't know if you saw me on the exit of the corners shifting up a gear, shifting down again on the exit corners under acceleration. And that was mainly due to being able to get out of the corners with enough torque that I needed at the corner, but then also not breaking traction when I upshifted, but then also going back down again so that I still get the same amount of torque that I would get from that gear but also keeping traction at the same time. So that's the theory behind that. Just to the people in the Forza lobby at the moment who haven't muted me, I'm on stream at the moment, so if you don't like my commentary, I'm not able to mute myself, so you'll just have to mute me in game with whatever button is mapped to do that. Or if you want to hear my commentary, then that's fine. Don't mind at all. Seen Matt Amos on Instagram real tripping someone up and then just cut into one of the lotuses. That's funny. Anyway, I'm about to go into the I didn't. Oh wait, I have that bit at the start, didn't I? So I say I didn't do my fuel. I thought I was starting the race with like 3 laps of fuel, but never mind. Anyway. Oh, P1 did an interview with Ollie Behrman. Goodwood. Fair dues, fair dues. Okay. Okay, seems we're about to start. I'm gonna get Twitch chat up for this race. Just before I start. Yeah, I'm gonna go up to, what did I say? I said 55 laps of fuel. 21 lap race. And I reckon we'll pit around lap 14-ish, maybe. But I reckon we'll just pit just so that to shorten our time in the pits. We'll overfuel a little bit, and also it'll act like a ballast at the start anyway, which we'll need. So we are P3 on the grid in our Iron Brew Orica, the number 30 entry on this featured multiplayer race here in Forza Motorsport at Brands Hatch, the place where I've been invited to do shadow commentary in real life for a bunch of things for the Motorsport Vision Racing organisation. Anyway, let me put my words to the test then. So we go. We're away here in Brands Hatch. Decent start by the pole sitter Orica. A phony bowl. Good start there, ahead of the Mazda Daytona prototype. Tucked in behind for the moment. Nice and safe so far. There's only one car that's gone off a paddock hill at the moment, according to that track map at the bottom. A little bit of a loss back end, but luckily we've got a bit of a gap to shadow behind us. It's the Monkey Dragon, the 842 entry Mazda. It's got a bit loose on the exit there. Don't think we'll have enough of a run though to catch up to him into this fast corner. Even if we did have a run, I reckon I'd have to back out a bit. Ooh, we've locked up a bit here. That was scary underbraking there, but we just about managed it. One of the Oricas have gone off. That was the pole sitter, and we're around as well in sympathy. Shocker. So Oliveira has DNF'd. We've kept going, but we're now right at the front end of the field. 4 seconds behind the P5 man. And he himself has, someone else has gone off. That's one of the Oricas. I think that was the pole sitter who spun. I think, no it wasn't, it's just the same livery. Monkey Dragon, the Daytona prototype that we were following, is now in front. Now we're trying to catch up to the P4 man. Osbafo GTR. So we head into Druids. See the high level fuel making the car very different to handle compared to qualifying, and we're round again, and I reckon that will be the end of our race. So not the best race at the moment, but yeah, all good. So that was the end of that one. Pretty silly race there, but all going well. Shall I join a Twitch streamer's lobby, do you think, or? I don't know. I'd rather just do my own races, to be fair, today, instead of being embarrassed by a Twitch streamer. But I think, I don't know what league races I'm going to be doing, but that starts in 1 minute 30. I'm going to do that. Oh no, the entry ends at 1 minute 30. I think it's like 3-4 minutes away until it actually starts, so. Apparently I show speeds in Turkey. I'm not going to go on that stream because I'm not that. I show speed is not a good streamer. It's just our content isn't to my appeal, which is fine. You know, so I'm in an LMP3 car at the moment with someone very close to me, branded all over the car. Well, I say all over the car, more on the side pods and on the rear wing. Anyway, so we've got 3 minutes left. I don't think we'll do any laps in qualifying, perhaps, but I think we'll just do a lap in practice. I don't know how long the race is though, but let me check. Event info. Never mind. Anyway, we'll just, I guess we'll, I think by the time we get out of the Grand Prix section and when does the lap will start any minute. I reckon it'll be a 1 or 2 lap race around here. I reckon it'll be 1 lap. The default is just giving me 1 lap, so I reckon it will just be that. See, this car's a lot of downforce, but in the straight line speed it's horrible. So when I did this car at Le Mans on another stream a couple of days ago, it was absolutely shocking, and we ended up right at the front end of the field. But I reckon at a track like this we could be a little bit better off, as although there are some long straight sections for sure, there are also some very technical sections around the majority of this racetrack. To the people as well who may not like to hear my voice chat, I cannot mute due to being on stream, so I guess you'll have to mute from your own ends of the game. Due to me trying to become a real life commentator, I have to keep my mic on due to, I don't know, Twitch reasons really. Wow. Normally there's a sausage curb there from what I remember, or the curb's a lot more sharper, but in this game. It's very kind. Can really take the mick out of it, and it does not mind. Very lenient. I feel this car's very sensitive on the front end, which is good under traction, because even if you have it a moment, you just correct it and then continue on your way, and you don't really spend a lot of time dealing with it. From what it seems, like for example at this corner, stamping the throttle, a little bit of a slide, but the car deals with it rather well due to the high downforce. But even through a slide like that, you just correct it a couple of times and then you're on your way again. So it doesn't make too much of a thing of it. 24-ish seconds, so I reckon we'll get to the exit of Footpaths, maybe on the run to Arenberg, and then we'll be halted for the race and try a 360. That's a big jump, never mind. What was that? Oh yeah, I was meant to go on my stream and do Twitch chat. My bad. Alright, so we got Rexy behind us, nice. So we got a bunch of GT cars, probably with a lot more horsepower than my LMP3 car. GT2, McLaren F1. That was McLaren F1 designed by Gordon Murray. Then comes a 911 GT2, a Lola, wow, classic sports car. 2023 Porsche GT3, 2019 Elemental. Is that a Lotus? Not too sure. P1 GTR, a lot of power in that thing. That will help in the straights. Ferrari F40, Bugatti Divo, 911 GT3 RS. Me and the Ligier LMP3, and then comes the final GT3 branded with Rexy, made by, I think the driver's called PJ something. I can't remember his full name. That's who's viewing. Hello, 2 viewers. Right. So, feature multiplayer, 305 BST at the Nürburgring, standing start in an LMP3 car with R-rated cars in Forza Motorsport. Go, go, go. Had a pretty decent start. The horsepower not really doing us any favours. We all seem to have a lot of horsepower down the straight, spin the corners. We seem to have the biggest of advantages in terms of grip. Just got to pick our way through it. The only thing, the lack of power makes it very nice to drive, but not very quick or competitive. As there's a car big off in turn 3, turn 4 rather. Turn 5 into the hairpin banking. Look how much he's having to slow in this corner. Oh, bit of contact, my bad. He's going to get me again into the Schumacher S. Oh, get caught out by how slow these guys are having to go in the corners. It's not their fault due to the amount of power and straight line speed they have. They're struggling in the corners, as you can see, compared to this LMP3 that has a lot of downforce, a lot of grip in the corners. I should probably downgrade one of my LMP2s into R-rated territory, as that would help a lot. I'd have more power, but still a similar amount of downforce. We have a Bugatti Divo behind us, who's probably going to make a move into the chicane. We've just about kept ahead of him. We're actually going to try and move on the P1. We've ran into him. That's completely my fault. We have managed to move around the outside of the transition into the North Circuit. And that's a big spin there for one of the GT3s. I think the most modern car in the Porsche 911 range in this game. Into the S's. First set of S's of Racti's round, the number 77. We're in the number 11 if I'm not mistaken. I'll check, show in a minute. That's the McLaren F1 designed by Gordon Murray, the F1 GT. Can't even see what the number is. We'll have to wait till the Grand Prix version of the layout in order to determine what the number is on this car. But I'm pretty sure it's the number 11 that's on this car. There's a couple cars behind us that I think are going to fly by heading into Arenberg, which is the next hairpin. I think we'll be able to take this flat, but yeah, completely flat out around here. I think we're going to gain a lot of time in this North Circuit, and at least the early part of it. As I think we're heading into the place where this car shines compared to the rest, as there's dust being kicked up by the cars ahead, heading into the foxhole. Into the little twirly whirly thing at the top here, this little chicane. I think all we need is a little more oomph at the corners. We'd be sweet, but it's a maxed out car for this class. But we've channeled more downforce and more cornering in mind, rather than straight line speed, which is what the rest of these guys have gone for. Obviously there was a GT3 Ford performance car that we could have gone for, the Mustang from 2024. Due to not feeling as confident as I do in this car, and also due to the fact that someone very close to me is branded on the car. I think it's good to be able to tribute people, so hence the reason I put this car. Anyway, meanwhile, we've got one of the BMW GT2s, the pole sitter on this race, who's looks like to have struggled in that section. The McLaren F1's gone off. We're gonna have a little sneak up the inside and have to back off. Oh, okay. Got caught out there. I thought he was leaving me space there for a second. Clearly not. He was just opening up the corner. That's actually cost us the run out of this onto this straight. It's very late braking there. Actually, I see the line he's gone for. Wide entry, tight exit. And now this is the bit where we're going to hurt a lot. One of two sections on this track. This section and also the kilometre long straight, I'm pretty sure. The mile long straight. It goes all the way into the last section on the track. Going around here. The lack of lights around this track making it very spooky. Almost like we're playing Five Nights at Freddy's Motorsport Edition, which for those who don't know is a massive horror game / movie now. Again, the amount we catch up in these corners, but then we just lose so much in the straights due to lack of power, and also the amount of drag on this car with the aerodynamics. Really draggy. Drags the car down in the straights, hence the name drag. But in this section we're going to gain a lot. We just need to have the right opportunity to pass these two. Look at the BMW backing up the McLaren. We've gone off in a section where we really didn't need to. And now we're going to lose time to the KY BRD dragster. Now we've got to do all that work again to try and catch up to these guys. But trouble is, being so fast in the corners, especially at the Nürburgring, being so fast in these sections, there's not enough room to make moves unless people go off like I'm doing at the moment, and like this McLaren F1's done. We've not been able to capitalise due to our own mistake. And the BMW though, really backing up the McLaren F1. That's going to be so frustrating for him. But the thing is, they're penalty stricken as well. which is not going to help them, but it's going to really help us if we keep it in a straight line, which we've somehow done with a miraculous save. Going left, right, twitching. rather fitting for streaming on a platform called Twitch. Anyway, as we go through the, was it the Flatzenberg section? I think I've probably butchered that name. As the BMW's gone off, let the McLaren F1 through. We're going to look to do the same thing, but safer. We've gone to the inside of the GT2 on the GTE car. This is Gordon Weck. Got the move on him. A bit wide there, but we are going to lose out to the BMW in this section. Not this section, the straight after this section, as it is a really long straight. For those who think the Camel Straight of Spa's long, welcome to the Nordschleife straight. And let's see how many positions we'll lose here. We'll keep to the side here, the inside of the kink that's at the top of the hill on this straight. We're going to lose it to the BMW, and I reckon, oh, and it's the end of the race as well, so we're going to lose it to the BMW. Oh, we haven't shifted up a fifth, that will probably be why we've lost so much, but the Bugatti's gone through on the BMW. I reckon if we go mental in this last section, we might be able to get the move on this BMW GTE. Don't think so. I think we're just going to have to pray for someone to go off, which they haven't. So congratulations to them, but we finished that race in P8, so not too bad. Obviously could be a bit better with some straight line speed, but I think that's a great showcase of a car with cars with good straight line speed going up against the number 11 car, which had no straight line speed to speak of whatsoever, but with the best cornering speed. But obviously with a couple of mistakes in there, could probably be a bit higher, maybe 7th. I reckon we could have been closer to that BMW at the end, who actually managed to get the Bugatti at the end of that race. I think, oh no, that was on penalties, on aggregate. But decent race by us in the LMP3, branded with Scarlet, someone very close to me. If you know, you'll know, but yeah. And if you don't see the love heart on the front as well, that isn't just decoration, I'll tell you that. That is symbolism of feeling. So the person who holds the name on the side of that car in red. Love your Scarlet. Anyway, well, should we save that replay? Yeah, I'm gonna make a video out of this race. Too many saves. Not that one. This one. Because this one is funny. I like to remember that one. Anyway, I'm gonna save that race. There's also another race that I'll commentate on in another record. Actually, I can just do it in the stream, can't I? That's a good shout, because I've been meaning to do it for ages, but I just haven't, so yeah, okay. So, obviously this being a Twitch stream, but me making YouTube videos at my Twitch streams also being a thing. I think it's saved. I hope it's saved. I don't think it's saved. Might not have. Hey ho. Anyway. Even so, I've got it on stream, but yeah, that's a good idea. Right. Right, I'm going to introduce the video. 3, 2, 1. Hello. Welcome to. Actually, no, I'll introduce it as the race is starting. So, oh no, it did save. Nice. Okay. So actually, it'll make sense if I get the. No, I get the race that I just did first. So then I don't have to keep going back and forth too far. So I can do that, and then I can get some of the other races and commentate on them. So as we see at the start here, everyone getting such a good start, with the horsepowers being a lot bigger than us in the LMP3 car, the Scarlet branded 11 car, of us in a Ligier LMP3, the Euro International car, which is normally branded with the number 11 in the European Le Mans series and in the 2016 Le Mans 24 Hours, but in here it's just branded with my loved one's name. As we come out of that corner, we see we gain a lot on this McLaren P1, but due to some clumsy driving by myself, who was driving this LMP3, we struggled to get past him. As we see, we go around this corner, and on the exit here we go past, but we have a little bit of contact with the McLaren, who's a bit skirmish after having to avoid that Porsche, but into the Schumacher S, gets just about ahead of us. We make more contact through the Schumacher S, and then going back up the hill into the next left-right section, similar to the Schumacher S, but slower, which will prioritise our car with more downforce. So we'll hopefully get a nice run out of here, providing the horsepower holds up for us, but it doesn't at the moment. But we are going to be able to get him into the next section, transitioning into the north section. Meanwhile, the Bugatti Diva behind, really on a rampage in the straights, but not being able to hold his own in the corners under braking. It's us in the LMP3 who makes even more contact with the McLaren P1, the white McLaren P1 car, who we go round the outside of on the transition corner from the south Nürburgring circuit to the north Nordschleife circuit. That's one of the Porsche 911 GT3s in the wall that you just saw. It's going down the hill here in the darkness of the Nordschleife. The three of us, Rexy goes round, and I think that was the Bugatti Divo who went in the wall there. Now our next target, the McLaren F1, the man who we would be behind for most of this race up to the end of it. And as we see, coming out of that corner, heading up into what used to be the Flugplatz, but is now under a different name, that I cannot recall at the moment due to lack of memory. See this car, which sounds decent, very girthy car in terms of sound, very deep sounding car. Just sounds like a Cadillac but turned to half volume. So we're able to take this corner flat due to the amount of downforce on this car, which holds us back in the straights though, but we take these corners a lot more comfortably than everyone else. Head up into out of the foxhole and round the what I called the twirly thingy. And I mean, if this chicane was a chocolate bar, it would probably be called a twirl or a curly whirly. Anyways, we head around into the double right-hander and into the chicane. Very fast flowing section here, which really prioritises our car, which loves the corners. Loves it a lot better though when it's on concrete, not on dirt. So this is not a rally car. This is a Le Mans prototype car, one of the third best prototype regulation car of its era. As we see here, heading through with the downforce, with great downforce levels, catching up to what was the pole sitting BMW GTE car, who's just ahead of that McLaren F1, ahead of the Scarlet branded number 11 Ligier LMP3 car from 2016. That goes down the inside into a gap that will never exist. And while we have some contact that was very avoidable on our side, we head into one of the fastest corners on the track. Scary for some, not for this car though. It seems at home at these corners. But as you can see, losing out to the cars in this straight section. And we go over the hill and we head up towards the carousel section, ages away, and obviously you can't really see a lot due to it being night time here. So all you're seeing is red and white lights on this Ligier. It's pitch black almost. Seems like we're almost the same thing at the moment in terms of sound, just hearing something go wee-ow, We head into the first braking zone on the track for at least 30 seconds. And into the carousel turn, in which we've caught up a lot to the cars ahead. Look, the GTE, BMW and the McLaren F1 who've gone deep off of the banking section and gone up to the outside concrete made section, the asphalt section, rather than the concrete blocked banking section. And while we head up into the top of the track, now back down to the start finish line through this very technical section, as we have a mistake here on the exits of a part of the S's here, which loses us a lot of time that we probably couldn't afford to lose. And had it not been for that mistake, we would have probably been able to be a lot closer to being P7 or P6 rather than just being the P8 that we ended up being accustomed to as well. That mistake didn't help as well, going off piste on a lot of sections of track at this point. We head out of the auto reduction camera angle place, and then we go have a massive oversteer section. Should we get a replay of that? I think we should, because that was absolutely scary. Going left, right, waiting for the car to break traction and somehow keeping a hold of the reins of the horse. More like a wild... Don't know if there's a... No, there isn't a point of interest section. But we will have to get some points of interest. As you can see here, we'll go on the section here, so you can see the two cars in front, the McLaren F1 and the BMW GTE. Trying to count how many that was, but I lost track of how many points to the side that was. But that was Formula Drift territory if I've ever seen it. Let me go and gain cameras, do chase cam, because that'll be probably the best bet. Let's go in slow-mo here. So we get onto the curb here, and that really unsettles the car. We even pick up a bit of grass. That then throws the car into an unsettled slide that we overcorrect on. So that's 2 slides. Then a third overcorrect that we somehow hold on to. Then as we come back round onto this one, the elevation kicks in as we straighten up, sending us into another oversteer. And then we finally straighten up onto a flat piece of surface where we can take this corner nicely. As we go back to the replay cameras and over the hill and into the Flattenberg section, if I'm not mistaken, that's the name of this little left-right section, and up around the S's here to the top of the hill, and then into the second carousel where we overtake the BMW GTE car on the inside of the second carousel with a nice move there. Move as nice as the person branded in red on the side of the car. But then we come out of this corner, and this is where this is the section of the track that we didn't need a massive long straight, where this car's weakness really becomes apparent compared to the other rivals on track. As you see the GTE car catching up and passing us, and then we see the Bugatti Divo in the background that comes flying past with absolute no mercy at all. There goes 1, there goes 2, there goes 3. We go under the Bilstein Bridge and into the final section on the track where the BMW GTE caught up to the Bugatti Divo and passed it on this last charge to... Oh no, he didn't pass it, he got him on penalties. And then we go up to the line in P8 just outside the penalty window for Bugatti Divo. And they will go over the line after that incredible race and the Nürburgring. and I'm just going to get one little angle of these cars on the stream. As we see the Lola leading into turn 1. So the BMW started on pole position, had a really bad start, getting passed by the Lola at the start. And then we had to wait till foot flats. Actually, should we get this angle? Go on then. We'll get this angle, and then we'll move on to the Sunset Indianapolis race that we did, which was, if I'm not mistaken, a perfect example of an overcut strategy that works in an oval setting and in an IndyCar oval setting. Here we go. I'm gonna stay quiet for this. Just enjoy the sound. Still a couple cars to come through for flats, if I'm not mistaken. Here we go. See them come through in a minute. I think that noise you're hearing, the little bangs, I think that's from when I make contact with the drivers. I think that sound you're hearing is from when I'm making contact with people. I think it's picking up on the camera for some reason. That sounds like it's stabbing a drum. As MCL looks like it may be coming back, because it's just announced how to make a team. I'm going to call it Jota, because I'm a big fan of the Jota brand, the Jota team in WEC, and I just like it. I don't know why they're gold cars, and the whole atmosphere of Jota just seems very friendly, from my own opinion. Like, whenever you see them, they always look like they have a smile on their face no matter what happens. And yeah, I liked them since LMP2 in 2023 and 2022, and then the Porsche the success that they had as a privateer Porsche entry in 2024 really gave them a big fan base. And in 2025 they're running the Cadillac entries, which, if you don't know already, I'm a big fan of car sounds. If a car can sound good, then you've got me being a fan. That's why I'm such a big fan of the Valkyries, because although their back markers in black at the moment, they are the best sounding cars that I've heard in a long time. So,
Joe, you gotta
one
listen to
sec.
this, Joe.
Alright, we're back. And yeah, I'm gonna commentate this IndyCar. I can't remember if I streamed this or not. I don't think I did. It was a decent race. I'm about to stream the off-camera angle to you now anyway. So this was feature multiplayer IndyCars at the Sunset Oval. And yeah, I'll do this as a YouTube video, alright? We'll go. Actually, I'll start it off on. It's a shame there isn't a free camera thing like there is in Wreckfest. Anyway, I'll do it. I want to cut to the Marussia livery. Actually, yeah, I can do it like this. Right, here we go. Hello, welcome to a video on a featured multiplayer IndyCar race. I'm just going to commentate on this due to not having any league races to commentate on today. Thought it'd be good to do some featured multiplayer commentary, kind of public lobby commentary as well, on games such as Forza Motorsport, F1 25 and others. So, without further ado, let's start. And you might be asking, what car are you, Joe? How are we going to know which car's you? Well, I'm going to be this car, the Marussia. Obviously, Marussia used to be a team in Formula 1 back in 2000, from 2010 to 2016, under many names: Virgin Racing, Virgin Marussia, and then it turned just to Marussia. Then it turned to Manor Racing in 2015, and then ended in 2016. I'm in the number 30, and I think on the back of this car, on the road car variant, on the road course variant, should say like racing for Jules, but that's been cut out of the rear wing due to it being an oval race. Yeah, this was back when feature multiplayer had IndyCar as a feature multiplayer mode, or tour as it's called. I've just realised there's a BAR livery as well. That looks very nice. Look left, look right. That's very cool. So we've got two old F1 teams going against each other. So yeah, let's start. Actually, should I get a thumbnail while I'm at it? Yeah, I should, shouldn't I? I don't know if this will be in the video or not, but I'm just gonna do a wicked thumbnail real quick. Yeah, I love this Marussia car. It is one of my faves. Just putting IndyCar in the same setting as Prema, really. And all the other IndyCar teams. I don't know why, it just... I have to say, this IndyCar looks correct. I don't know why, and also you're seeing VRT on it, that's because I was meant to race this car in VRL IndyCar, but I made a last minute change on my entry to be a Jota livery, which I'll show later on. Also, disclaimer as well, if you're seeing VRT on this car, that's due to being a member of the Vantage Racing team and racing in the V1 series at the end of F1 24, and also in the Formula America series. I was meant to race this exact livery in the VRL IndyCar series, but I think I'm gonna change it to a Jota livery for the first race I do, which was meant to be Sebring, but because I slept through it, that will now be the Eagle Rock race. So yeah, anyway, let's start this race. Actually, I need to get the thumbnail. Let me get the thumbnail. Actually, I'll get the thumbnail later on. Right, because I'll forget to do the actual video. So, here we go. So, we start this race, and straight away we're on the pounce on the outside of the McLaren car. We're right on the high side. We're going past one of the Will Power tribute liveries on the inside, and there's chaos. There's a spinning red car. And we're on board with ourselves in number 30 Marussia. I think we're following behind one of the Rothmans Williams liveries, and we're following them as we go to the inside of one of the Mobile 1 liveries, or Mobile 1 liveries, should I say. There's on the high side here, just trying to keep out of trouble. There's a couple default liveried cars all around us at the moment as we get hit into the wall, and that's a shocker for us in the Marussia, and we've actually been hit into the pit lane, so that's a very late call of our strategy. Let's go back and watch what happened there. Well, we had contact with one of the cars. We were going up high. One of the cars were going, I think they were just staying on their lane. It looked like they were very high on the high line on the outside, and yeah, absolute shocker. How do we change camera? I can't change camera. I think it was it CTRL Frankie? Yes, it was. We'll go on board with him in, yeah, let's see, so he's up against the wall here, and then the Marussia of us, we go up high on the outside to take the qualifying line. He comes to the inside, I think, to go on the inside of the BAR car up ahead of him, and while I'm trying to nab the slipstream off him, he's come onto the inside here. I think, did we even make contact? The game isn't showing any contact, so is that Forza Motorsport netcode potentially? Not too sure, it looks like it. But the game registered contact, as there's grey stuff coming onto his car here, look. So that was definite contact. He then picks up the slipstream, and we then get knocked onto the pit entry. We'll go on to the, is there a point of interest camera that picks that one up? I don't think there is. We'll go to the car close camera to pick that one up properly. Have a look here. So he's coming down in a Splatoon paint job. Yeah. He goes to the inside, and as we go to the outside, we both fight over the same lane essentially. So I don't think that can really be anyone's fault. I think that's just miscommunication from drivers, which can happen sometimes. So yeah, all good. I think we'll see it from, I'm going to try and get back onto our own camera. that we can't actually change camera now until we exit the pit lane. We'll look at it again from our point of view. As he goes high, we go to follow the BAR car, and then we get hit by the Splatoon, the paint job livery, the splattered paint livery of Control Frankie. We're into the pits here, making a very early pit stop that will work to our advantage later on in the race. After getting some fresh tyres on and going a lap down, nearly. Here we go, now we're able to change cameras. It's going to go to the game camera. We've come out of the pits, we are now a lap. We come out of the pits here and we are a lap down. The guy in that blue ahead that's just disappeared out of picture, he is the guy that we just had contact with. And we now settle in to try and make up a lot of positions. We've had to go for a comeback strategy here to go onto some hard tyres, fuel up a bit. And oh no, it was on medium tyres. I went onto some medium tyres and then went high on fuel to then hopefully go long on these medium tyres and then try and jump up a couple places and jump back up into the fine. Obviously we weren't the only ones to have a spin, the most notable being the red car that went round on lap 1 at turn 1, as you saw, and getting in a bit of a kerfuffle, maybe one of the default livery cars, as we see up ahead. Hang on. Where's Roof? There it is. And as we see up ahead here, look, we have about 5 cars up ahead squirming around. We have 2 cars side by side here, so the amount of jostling for position that people are doing might actually help us with our strategy. So that accidental pit stop that we got hit into might actually be a race help fixing strategy. So it's not over till it's over. We're on board here with ourselves in the Marussia car on the roof camera. Here at the Sunset Pennsylvania Oval, someone's gone round on the high line there. Shocker for them. This is pretty much the equivalent of T-Cam in this game. As we head round the banking now and onto the front straight. Skipping on a bit here to go to a more action-packed bit of the race. As we see here, there's cars going 3 wide up ahead who are a lap ahead of us. And we're able to unlap ourselves on 2 guys as they have a crash. Go back to watch that. Obviously that ghosted due to us lapping them, not being on the same lap. But, as you can see, the McLaren and the default livery car both going up to the high wall here at Sunset, Pennsylvania. As we go through turn 2. And into the second corner, that's like a backwards version of turn 1, otherwise known as turn 3. Here it's the fictional Pennsylvania Oval track, in which I did a league race in a Porsche GT2 car, finishing P8 in that race, in a league where I'd only make 1 appearance in a league which name I've forgotten. I can't actually remember what the league was called, but it was a GT league from what I remember. That's all I know for now. From Bartow. So this is Roberto, and this guy is going to be a crucial part of my race, as he's the guy that I will battle with for most of this race. He's just come into the pits here on lap 10 to 11, and we are looking to maybe jump this guy with an overcut on the pit stop runs. He is our main rival in this race, and he's just made his pit stop here on lap 12, and we have just gone ahead of him on track position. As he comes out the pits, as you see lots of cars going around, we have ourselves up here just going past him, and he's now about to go a lap down from us, I'm pretty sure. He's not too far away from it, and as our tyres die off, oh no, was it Fukai Jedi? It might have been. If so, then that was completely pointless what I just did. Do you know what, I can't remember this race too well, so I'm actually just gonna not make that video, sadly. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna pause the stream for a bit, and then I'll hop back on in. I'm just gonna go loo, really, so I won't be long, and then I'll hop into another race here on Forza Motorsport. In a second. We're back, and on Forza Motorsport, and we're looking to hop into a race yet again. I think we're going to go on to feature multiplayer again. Do another decent race. Oh, that was a big voice crack, but that is due to the fact that is a cracking event. Half-hour race at Spa. Yeah, I reckon I could go for that. I reckon. As driver sign-ups have opened for a returning league called MCL on F125. So further updates will come about that on the YouTube channel. Okay, do we do that or do we do another event? We have a Virginia multi-class race. And we have a multi-rated series. Oh, we have the P series and the X series. We have another Nürburgring race. The P series at Spa. The R series at Virginia, which will benefit our LMP3 car. I think we should do the P class. Actually, no, we shouldn't. We shouldn't. I'm not gonna. Actually, shall I get the Cadillac? Because I'm pretty sure that's an R-rated car. Or you can make it an R-rated car. And although to be fair, I'll just have to make it worse to drive, and that wouldn't be too fun. So actually, I think I'm just gonna go for... Nah, because we did Nürburgring already today. So actually, yeah, let's do what we originally planned to do, which was LMP2 at Spa for a half-hour race and whatever's left of qualifying. I think about 19-minute quali now, because there's an extra 2 minutes on after the entry time for practice and quali. If anyone has any Forza Motorsport leagues, I would love to drive in them, or maybe commentate in them as well, but I'm more looking to drive in Forza Motorsport and commentate on F1. But, oh, that's... Oh, hello Lando. I have not even been looking at chat the entire time.
With 19 corners and 334 feet of elevation changes in just
How long has he been in the chat? Jeez. I haven't even seen he's there. So bad at chat. Anyway, okay. Just looking at the first things you put in chat. Anyway. Right, we got some LMP2. Actually, I need to downgrade one of my LMP2s. So actually, because I'm going to try and race them in the R-Class series on my next R-Class race, or R-Series race. So, hang on. How do you can't do tunes and that? No, you can't. Okay, that's good. That's great. My plan's right. Okay. I think it's because LMP2 and it has to stay to certain cars. Okay, we're in our... There we go. We're in our... in our livery. In our Iron Brew livery. Couple sponsors in and around the car, one of which being Authentic Thought, the singing YouTube channel that I've helped edit videos for in the past. Not all of them, but some of them. Just look for the ones that look good and you'll know which one. That's really bad. Anyway. I think... I don't know. I'm surprised FEC haven't done a race this week. I'm surprised that they're waiting a week, but to be fair, they're trying to grow it, so... I think how many got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... They got 5 entries, 6, 7... They got 6 entries. 6 entries. So... yeah, it should be alright to race, at least. I've invited Harris, Bing Magic, you'll know from different... Lando, come on, mate. Just keep it clean, alright? Keep it clean. Trying to be professional, and then he's putting that in chat, for God's sake. Anyway, anyway. Moving on, there's nothing on today, is there? Nothing on in terms of league racing. I think we just need to do some practice. Then we've done Brands Hatch in the LMP2 series, which didn't go as planned, so we went out in the first few laps. Thought that was one of the Mercedes C9s then. It's just one of the Daytona prototypes in a fully white livery. on medium tyres, basically doing a race run at the moment. So this being Forza Motorsport, we can abuse the curbs a bit to the white line, at least in game, to determine track limits to the point of penalties. It's just kind of there as a reference point. Though I still kind of, as we head into. Fair enough, Lando. Fair enough. Anyway. Or Exact Max even. Lando, if you've watched the YouTube channel, you'll know he's been in leagues in the past in Formula 1 and Green Army F2, winning the championship in that league's first season. And then in Formula Asphalt, he's done 2 championships, both one on F1 23 in the inaugural season of that league, and then in season 3 on the F1 24 game, he won the championship on that as well. And also in Grand Formula, he won the league on that league's only season. We have MCL, a league owned by Exact Max, coming back, so if you'd like to join that on the F1 25 game in any sort of role, we would be happy to have you. We have tried to make Forza Motorsport leagues. We did that one race in SCC, won by Nathan NK, the authentic for 16 laps of Daytona, which was meant to be a part of the now abandoned SCC League, the Sports Car Cup League, due to lack of attendance and lack of motivation really to keep the league afloat. And that was mainly due to networking weaknesses on my part, so I was the owner of that league. But head over the line to finish our first lap in this practice session. It's a 2:17, quite an invalid one. Probably squeeze in 2 more laps. No, we'll squeeze in like at least 4 laps at least, I think, before we do qualifying. As long as they're quick though. Without mistakes, we'll do 4 laps, I reckon. And by mistakes I mean crashes into walls and things that bring the car to a stop. Anyways, we head into the Lacombe chicane. I was about to say chicken then. Anyway. Silly mistake there by me. Done by Sophie, from my recalling. Anyway, we head into the longest, most understeer-inducing corner on the track. And then we head into the no-name corner, named no name due to having no name. It's a lot to get your head around. Anyway, into the next corner with a name called Pouon. To Blanchimont. This is the bit where we invalidated before. We've kept it clean this time though. We sacrificed use of the entry at Blanchimont to do so. Keeping the traction in good nick. What's that, 2:16? We're at the top of the pile in practice. On race fuel, race tyres, we're at the top of the pile. Incredible. By about 6/10, although I reckon that's due to people having doing more fuel in the car. Maybe doing different runs, or maybe just not getting a clean run in. by the way, that's very uplifting for us. So we head into the Lancome chicane for the 3rd time on this lap. No, they haven't seen your Cadillac exit, Max, and it's a very diverse car, I must say so myself. Although in the night, I mean, I was about to say in the night, you probably wouldn't see it that well, but to be fair, with the orange and green highlights that are on that car, I reckon you could see it pretty well as head through this section. I reckon instead of making Forza Motorsport leagues, I should maybe just make events for Forza Motorsport and just kind of invite people to that. I think that would be more, that would be a better idea, because I think for like making leagues like Formula Asphalt, the way I have kind of gotten away with it with the big community that F1 holds, whereas with Forza Motorsport, something with a smaller community to be able to build, I think doing just solo events and then maybe joining them together at the end, but just doing events on their own as little prestigious things and just giving them the championship on that one race, that might be a more popular thing to do. You've been allowed the inside at Blanchimont, very nice that Daytona prototype there. Very aware drive up, so that's very nice to be up against. So we've been shoved down to P3. Not improved, only by 100th though. What a rare achievement called Leisure Cruise. Completing a lap at sunset at Spa-Francorchamps, which we have done about 4 of them now. Just not in sunset conditions, it seems, as we had up at Radion, we've invalidated. Yeah, George, oh, what's his last name? George. Oh my god, I am so sorry. I've just completely hit into one of the Daytona prototypes. That's completely my fault. And that 8/10 penalty is definitely deserved. Had the traffic management of like Haas there. Anyway, I'm gonna just go back to the pits. What was that, boy? Is that Max? Yeah, the livery on the Cadillac there, yes. George Flannel. No, it was George Floor. George Floor. I was about to make a joke about it, George Floor being a walkover, but I'll hold back. Anyway. Aye. Okay, I think if we go, I think we should maybe do our quali run now. I think I'll do it at one, like, I'll fuel up for 1 lap, so that then I can come in on my 2nd lap and then get some fresher soft tyres on, which will be helpful. That's yeah, I should probably do more races at Brands Hatch, seeing as I've been invited to do. Oh yeah, I don't know if I didn't down on the shirt. I've been invited to do shadow commentating at Brands Hatch for Motorsport Vision Racing. I think that's what it's called. So there's like a bunch of events in August, like the Mini Cooper Festival, the Festival Italia, what's something else? And then in November there's the Enduro KA 500, which will be a very decent event. Start bit could already be better. Have to really attack in that 2nd sector. Should have probably gone more aggressive through turn 1 there. I think I went a bit too cautious. So I should probably have fueled up for 3 laps of fuel instead of 1, but hey ho. Yeah, I'll get the events up in a minute, because there's another event that I've missed out from that list, but getting now the 1 lap warning sign from the game. Though it hasn't put us to a halt yet. Yeah. It's been a decent lap. Bar turn 1, it's been decent. As Lando Max has invited me to a party, I'll accept that in a minute after this lap. So I'll be in a call with Lando. Obviously the Twitch channel might not be able to hear him, but I'll be able to pass on what he says. Obviously you'll hear what I'm saying in the chat with him. Go to the curb on the outside of the Fania chicane into what used to be called Stavlo, but now it's called something else. I think it's called the Faragera corner or something like that. Ah, we're wide and we've invalidated the lap, and we've got a 1 second penalty to boot. So not the best thing here, and we've had a power slide and rear end into the wall. Not the best lap at the moment. I think we should do 2 laps of fuel, because it will act more like a ballast. We've got 5 viewers in this. Oh, we've got 4 viewers. Fair dues, fair dues. As yeah, I'm going to accept this party invite from Lando. Actually, shall we go in a Discord call? Or, I don't know. Actually, I'll just accept the party. Hello. Yeah, hello. Hello. Yeah. Hi. Yeah, I've been streaming since like probably like half 2 probably. Just right. Yeah, I mean I'm purely streaming so that I can just upload it to YouTube as like a little video really. Yeah, I'll probably edit it and play around with it maybe, but probably not edit it too much. I'll just like get the best bits of it, to be honest, and just chuck it in. Yeah, I'm gonna fuel for 2 laps and then I'm going for another run in this quali here at Spa. But done. Right. I think I'll probably only get 1 lap in and then probably get cut off by the end of my second one. But hey ho. A 1 second penalty for track limit violations and that ridiculous traffic management situation with the Daytona prototype. Alright. Into turn 1. That's the kind of aggression I needed on the exit. Maybe a little bit more aggression on the entry, but overall decent. So into a Rouge up the hill at Radion, and we've invalidated again, and it's a big shot into the wall at Radion. So we're going to skip this lap and go straight to the final lap here of this session. Nearly into the wall just before the lap starts here at Spa. Here we go. Right. Got Wally time. Oh, I'm not even going to finish this lap, am I? Nope. Had a bit of a spin.
Currently P22 after qualifying.
So it looks like we're going to be last on the grid for this race, I think. Oh yeah. Yeah. So NK's joined. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know if it was a Forza League, if it would be good to do like partner with FEC or something like that, but I haven't done the Lodger challenge, to be fair. Fair. Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, I heard it first, ladies and gentlemen. Lando hates what track was it? Lando hates Canada. I mean Canada. Well, Maple Valley even. Canada. Lando hates Canada. Wow. Jeez, that's different. Anyway, we're here for Spa in feature multiplayer. Oh, what's the damage from qualifying? We are P21. We are last. I reckon it's worth doing full fuel and then going mediums. Well, not wets, mediums. Alright. 75% fuel. Right, well, MCL's for F1 in it. 25. Yeah. Hello to everyone else in chat. I think it's literally just you and probably a Twitch moderator or something like that. Whoever it is, hello to them. Yeah. I haven't got any leagues to commentate on today, but I'm kind of want to commentate on something today, but yeah. Tash is coming in, shit. Oh, excuse my language. Anyway. Stream, alright then, P21 challenge here at Spa in LMP2. We're away. We've had a really decent launch against this Daytona prototype. That's the one that I blocked in practice, I think. Squeezing through, somehow not making contact with any car. And there's 3 wide heading into a rouge there. That nearly ended in tears with the Mazda and the Orica and the, I think it was the Chevrolet. And we've had contact with the Mazda. And that's sent us straight across a rouge, straight into the water Radeon. And now we've got it all to do. So we're back down to P20. Yeah, so I got hit at the entry of a rouge. That sent me over the little grass curve bit, the little D-shaped thing of grass, and then that sent me back into the same Mazda. Heading through turn 7. The P19 at the moment, heading into the longest corner on the track. The understeer induce in turn 8. Just kind of feels. Yeah. We've had contact around Pouon with Jager in the Chevy Daytona prototype. Yeah. Oh. Bit of a loose moment there, Stavolo. Struggle at the moment, but we're right at the bottom of the field at the moment of all the runners. For P19, that's the 21 cars that started. Yeah. I think sausage curbs. Not the best friends of me at the moment. And sauce on map 2. I think it's this week at Wednesday. Or was it Formula Asphalt? I think what's the next? I'm commentating tomorrow on Ground Effect Racing League, if I'm not mistaken. I'll probably be in D3 commentary again. That's I'm catching up to P18. There's been a melee at Lecombe. Someone's around, and it is an Orica, Jackie Chan Orica, number 38 from 2017 Le Mans 24 Hours. There's another one just in front of us. In P16, so we're up to P17 now. And he's got a 2/10 penalty as well, the Orica. Yeah. Yeah. Not too. Oh my god, grass. That is not the best thing to be doing on the entry corners. Yeah. Oh, sun ghosted me at probably one of the worst moments. As we're heading up into Blanchimont corner, side by side with another Orica, 2017 versus 2020. It's mad, isn't it? Slide. As a diver, did not expect to see that from P17. As Pales comes through with a 9/10 penalty, but he's ahead of us on track at the moment in the battle for last. Involving us 3 Oricas at the moment. Bump drafting. The outside is the Lecombe, turn 5. Gotta watch out not to be too late on the brakes, to not run into the back of Rogie. Just about avoid. So we do Formula Drift out of turn 6. Yeah, Rogie's really not helping me at the moment, must say. And we've been ran into by the 38. We head out of turn 8. Into the no-name corner, named turn 9 to some. Turn 10, Pouon. The outside of Pouon. This guy's got a bad run, but I reckon he'll be late on the brakes into here, which he is. So into turn 11 and 12. He's gone a bit deep though, and he's actually off. Wow, that's a big off. He's onto the grass, then shot across the entire track in front of Pales, who's probably. Wait, who? Yeah. So we've gone wide out of the Ferradura corner. Up into Blanchimon. So we head around Blanchimon. Pales. P15, he's got 9-10 penalty, so we'll overtake him on aggregate, but it'd be better if we overtook him on track. Yeah, that was funny. I mean, I kind of want to get, I want him to get like AC, like the standard ACs that we can do. Hi. Hi. What a sight to see. If only I can't do that joke on stream. Nice. We're running outside here at Lacombe. It's a brave move. We're probably not going to get the space we need to make that move with. So Pale stays ahead in the 00 car. The 00 gamer tag. I think we're looking maybe for the inside of turn 8. He's gone defensive though. He's gone deep. Very deep. Almost as deep as a diving swimming pool. And now he's had a bit of contact with the rear end of my rear corner of the car. Madness. Aye. Oh my lord, Pale's lag there. I thought he was breaking early. He wasn't. Defo caught me out. He's had a Damon Hill turnaround, winning the championship, and then Flounder and Pales has done something. Went deep and then hit the handbrake. That's cost him dearly. He's back down into P16. Speaking of George Russell, I think I might have him behind me. If not, it's probably someone related to him, because he is looking quite George Russell-y in terms of his racecraft at the moment, and is want to get by. But he's not brave enough on the brakes yet, but he is. Aye. Oh, someone's gone around, and I've just been rear-ended. What is he doing? Whoops. There's a bit of contact there with Pales, who's hitting the rear quarter of my car at the moment. I think seeming very eager to get past, but seems like we're just holding each other up. Seems like when I get past him, he's riled my chuff, and vice versa. You can't just drive through me. Not you, this guy. As we've gone off here into the wall, and we're out of the race here at Fanyut chicane. Aye. Yeah. Yeah. Shall I ask Ashley to get Assetto Corsa or Assetto Corsa Competizione? We do like do like Green Army GT League. Oof. Aye aye. I think I'm gonna ask Ashley to get. Oh, ask him to get Assetto Corsa Competizione. I'll try and do like Green Army ACC. But hey ho. Yeah. Fair. Yeah. Yeah. Fair dues, fair dues. Oh, right, I'm just gonna wait for Ashley to actually answer, and then could be on for Green Army ACC. Thank God you're not on stream. Yeah. Yeah. Ah. Anyway. Yeah. The plot twist on that is mad. Anyway. Oh my lord. Speaking of George Russell, I've just found his Haven LMP2 at Nürburgring Nordschleife. I am doing that. George Pig? No, George Russell. Max Verstappen.
The Nürburgring Nordschleife was nicknamed the Green Hell for its miles of undulating, twisting asphalt through the dense German forest. Not a course you can learn overnight, so be patient and take one curve at a time.
Fair. Okay. Alright, so Yeah. Madness. Stream banner, line up. Aye. Oh, luck. 69's always been a lucky number, so I reckon you've got it in the bag. The Ferrari, they'll ruin their pit stops. Oh, did you see Wack in Sao Paulo that they ruined qualifying, but both Ferraris went out in hyperpole. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Maybe. I seen was it? I think it was the balance of performance has gone against them for the first time this season, and they've gone right down to the bottom. I think the 83 got in to hyperpole, but apart from Peugeot as well, Peugeot out of nowhere just goes second and third, or no, third and fourth, or something like that. Woo! Anyway. Aye. Oh my god. From Green Army Season 2, ART and Prema were tied on points. 76. Decent. Yeah. Liveries. I've asked Ashley if he wants to do Green Army on the Assetto Corsa Competizione. I think it's 19. I would do one bottom on stream, so I would. Good. Madness. Alright, I'm just gonna end my stream real quick. Thanks to Twitch, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.